Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link, and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hey there, kids. How are you doing? Welcome to today's class. Today is the third class of our illusion drawing course that we have going on, and I am so excited to have you here with me today. Now, in the previous two classes, we went ahead and did a few drawings related to, shapes, and the second class we went ahead and did a bunch of, other kind of drawings, wherein we did a staircase as well as a few water droplets of sorts. Now, today's class, I wanted to keep it a little different. So, what we're going to be going ahead and doing is we're going to be going ahead and working with patterns. We're going to be going ahead and creating these kind of 3D looking patterns that are really fun and kind of technical even to do, and they can be really exciting to go ahead and to look at once they're done. And they're a little confusing if you have to go ahead and figure it out in the first go, but once you figure out the technique of how you go ahead and do it, it is super fun and easy to get started with. Now, before we actually start with the process of doing that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your certificate program as well as a little bit about your submissions. Now, coming to your certificate program, like you all know, you're getting certificates for the work that you're going ahead and doing, but you have to go ahead and focus on two things. Firstly, go ahead and attend all of your classes. If it's a 4-part course, if it's a 6-part course, if it's an 8-part course, number of classes that are there, attend all of those classes. Second thing that you have to go ahead and keep in mind is all about your submissions. Again, if it's a 4-part course, 6-part course, 8-part course, you will have those many submissions to do. So make sure you go ahead and do all of your submissions so that you get your certificate. Now, apart from that, I always talk to you about your certificates. I always tell you how important, I always talk to you about your submissions, and I keep telling you how important it is to do your submissions. And let me talk about it a little bit again. Now, coming to your submissions, like I keep telling you, whether you've done a good job, whether you've done a bad job, whether you've done an average job, it is important for you to go ahead and do your submissions. So make sure as a student that you're doing your submission on time. You're going ahead and doing it perfectly so that I as a teacher can see how you are growing. Now, some classes you might do good, sometimes classes you might do bad, but there's always going to be some changes, there's going to be some improvement that happens, and I as a teacher want to focus on that. So make sure you're going ahead and going through that process so that I can see how well you're improving. Now, let's get started with today's class. Like I mentioned, we're doing a bunch of 3D patterns. We're going to be doing two 3D patterns. So let's get started. So the first thing that you need for today's class is going to be a sheet of a paper. You can go ahead and take any sheet of paper that you want. You can go ahead and take an A4 size sheet of paper. You can go ahead and take an unruled sheet of paper. You can go ahead and take, a sketchbook, drawing book, whatever you have with you will work absolutely well. Just have a good sheet of paper to work with. The next thing that you'll need for today's class is going to be a pencil. Have a good pencil with you because you're going to be going ahead and doing drawing. Now you can go ahead and do this whole drawing completely with pencil and then later fill it up with color and markers if you feel you're uncomfortable doing it directly with markers. But if you feel you're very comfortable doing it directly with markers and following through exactly how I am, please go ahead and do so by all means. The next thing that you'll need for today's class is going to be a sketch pen. Like I mentioned, we're going to be using a sketch pen to work with today. So I'm going to be going ahead and using this sketch pen to work with. Make sure you have any sketch pen that you can go ahead and work with. If you want to go ahead and do it with a different color, you can obviously go ahead and do so. I just prefer using black because you can see it better and it gives you a good dark outline that you can understand what I'm going ahead and doing. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a ruler or a scale. Have this on hand because you'll need it for a couple of instances here and there. And the last thing that you need for today's class is going to be some set of crayons or colors. You can go ahead and take whatever set of crayons or colors you have with you at home. If you have a 12 set color, 24 set color, 14 set, whatever set of colors you have a set of colors with you. Now let's get started. Now step number one is going to be to draw a box. I'm going to go ahead and take my scale and I'm going to go ahead and draw a box. Now in this sheet of paper, I'm going to be going ahead and drawing two patterns right next to each other. So on one side, I'm going ahead and doing one box, which will basically have pattern number one. And on the other side, I'm going to be going ahead and doing pattern number two. So that is going to be on the other side. If you feel like you want to do one pattern per sheet, then you can go ahead and just do one center box. But if you feel you want to do it exactly how I'm doing it, then you can follow through like this of drawing one box on the side, leaving the rest of the space for the other pattern. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Good job. Really well done. Awesome. All right. Now the next step is going to be to go ahead and do a bunch of dots. Now here you can see I'm going ahead and drawing a few dots using my scale. Now these are just basically diagonal dots that I'm going ahead and drawing. So as you can see, I'm just doing this really simply. So I've done 4 dots first, and then right on top, I'm going to match it, leave the equal amount of space and do a bunch of dots on top and bottom as well. Now here you want to do as many dots that fill up your sheet of paper or the sheet of box that the box that you have right here. Just one thing to make sure of throughout is that all of your dots are equidistant from each other. So draw your first line and then you can go ahead and do top and bottom accordingly and make sure it is equidistant. Perfect. Really well done. Good job. Awesome. Really well done. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sketch pen and I'm going to just darken up all of these dots because I want them to be there perfectly so that I can see it, and as well as you can go ahead and see it. So I'm just going ahead and drawing all of those dots again with my sketch pen. Now, if here you want to go ahead and use another color sketch pen for this work, then you can definitely go ahead and take another color sketch pen. I felt like I want to stick to black, so I'm using a black color sketch pen for this. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Great. All right. Now the next step is going to be to go ahead and loop each of these out. So here you can see what I'm doing is I'm just looping it like this. So just from the top, I'm looping it. Then I'm starting from the bottom again and I am looping it again and then I am looping it again. So in this manner, you want to go ahead and start looping all of them. Now it might seem a little confusing at the first go and you will start wondering as to what are we doing exactly, but this is the technique that we're going to be following. So just keep looping it as you go. It might get a little confusing as you go, but don't worry, it's going to make sense once we finish it up fully. Good job. Really well done. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and looped it out like that. Perfect. Good job. Really well done. Excellent work, everybody. Perfect. All right, so I can see all of you have gone ahead and finished looping it up. So now from the loops, you're going to go ahead and draw straight lines coming down. So as you can see, straight line coming down. Now it's just going to be really simple from here on. All of them, you just want to go ahead and do straight lines coming down. Now again, you must be still wondering what is the pattern that's going to turn up. But as you keep going, you will realize the pattern that's going to come through. So as you can see, keep going and a beautiful pattern will emerge. Can you see that? How beautiful is that looking? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that extra line over there because, you know, the loop on top you can't basically see. So I'm just going ahead and adding in those extra lines here and there. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Excellent work. Perfect. Perfect. Good work. All right, excellent work. Now the next step is going to be for you to go ahead and color each of those boxes or those, gaps that you have left. So wherever you've done that dot and that curve is sort of there, you just want to go ahead and start coloring that in. Now, once you color that in, you can automatically see that sort of 3D shape or design that's kind of coming through. In any spots or places where you've gone ahead and left gaps or you haven't done a neat job, please go ahead and correct it out. You can see as I'm coloring, I'm also going ahead and correcting out wherever necessary. Good job. Really well done, everybody. So as you can see, I went ahead and finished that, and I'm now going ahead and doing the border. Perfect. Excellent work, everybody. Good job. So color it in and then you can do the border. Perfect. Good. Very well done. So I'm just going to wait here, making sure all of you have come to this point. So as you can see, we've done the design and we've gone ahead and finished up with the border right here. Perfect. Excellent work, everybody. Good work. Good job. Awesome. Really well done. Excellent, excellent work. All right. So as you can see, we've gone ahead and finished up with our design as well as our border. So now we can go ahead and get started with the coloring. Now for this, you can go ahead and use any color or any medium as well to go ahead and color. I just felt like going ahead and using crayon. So I'm going ahead and taking my crayon and I'm taking purple color and I'm going to go ahead and start coloring in this fully. Now here you have the option of shading as well. The next step that I will be doing is a little bit of shading. So when you do the shading, you can either go ahead and take the same color and do a little bit of a darkness or a dark shading over there in order to get the effect like how I will, or you can go ahead and switch over to a different color. That I'm going to leave up to you on how you want to go ahead and do it. For example, if you're using light blue as your color, you can take dark blue and do the darker part of your shading. What I'm doing is, since I'm using purple, I'm going to go ahead and press this color itself wherever I want the shading to be there and get my shading look. Perfect. Make sure you have your coloring nice and neat and looking good till this point. Perfect. Good job. Really well done, everybody. Excellent work. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent work. All right. And now we can go ahead and get started with the shading. Now for the shading, what I want to do is I want to give the effect that, they're all going inside each other. So at the bottom over there, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a dark medium light in order to give it that look. So as you can see where the bottom is, I'm going ahead and adding that dark medium light. Now for adding dark medium light, the trick basically is to go ahead and put pressure on your color. Automatically you'll get a dark. You put little lesser pressure, you'll get medium, and if you put little less pressure, you'll get light. So this I want to go ahead and do in all of my bottom parts to get that darkness coming through. Now again, like I mentioned, if you want to do this, you can do this. If you do not want to go ahead and do this, you can completely skip on it. Perfect. And what I also want to go ahead and do after this is add a little bit of shading even where the black dots are. So again, that's optional. If you want to add it in, you can add it in. If you do not want to add it in, that's also completely okay. So I'm going to be adding it in. So right under the black dot everywhere, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of shading in order to give sort of like the look of it being really, really nice. Perfect. Good job. Really well done, everybody. And as you can see, that little bit of shading added in so much depth to our picture, didn't it? Like the whole drawing pattern itself was just so fun and, giving such a 3D illusion. And then, adding that purple color and adding in that little bit of dark medium light gives such a beautiful effect, didn't it? Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Awesome. Excellent work. Good job. All right, so I can see most of you have gone ahead and finished up with the first pattern that we've gone ahead and drawn. So now we can go ahead and move on to the second pattern that we have at hand. Now for the second pattern, we have to go ahead and start directly with sketch pens. I'm not going to do the dots with my pencil because again, you got the hang of doing the dots. Just make sure they're all equidistant. So what we want to go ahead and do is we want to do 4 dots with 4 rows, 4 columns and 4 rows is what you want to do. So you'll have a total of 16 dots. And again, you want to make them equidistant and you want them to be kind of form boxes right there. So as you can see, I'm just kind of, checking whether they're all equidistant or not. And then I'm doing my boxes or I'm doing my dots perfectly. Now again, if you want to do this with a pencil first and then do it later with the sketch pen, you can do that by all means. I just find it comfortable to directly do it with the sketch pen, so hence I'm doing it with a sketch pen. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Awesome. All right. Now the next step is going to be to do a bunch of curves. So starting out with the outside, I'm doing a curve that is going outward, then I'm doing inward, and then I'm doing outward again. So that is step number 1, outward, inward, then outward. Perfect. Really well done. Good job. Awesome. Then next line, we're going to do outward, and then we're going to do inward again, and then we're going to do outward. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Awesome. All right. Next, same thing again. Outward, then inward, and then outward again. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Awesome. And again, outward, inward, and outward again. Awesome. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Perfect. Excellent work, everybody. Really well done. Good. So now we've done the lines like this. Now we have to start from the top to the bottom as well. We're going to do a bunch of lines. So for the first one, we're going to go ahead and do inward, then outward, then inward, then outward. So as you can see, basically, this is the kind of thing that we are doing. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. All right, next one. Outward, inward, inward, and outward. Perfect. So you can see we're kind of creating a design of sorts right now. That's exactly what you want to go ahead and do. Perfect. All right. And same thing that we did for the first one in the last one. And there we go. That's done. Let me just pause there for a second. Same thing that we did for the previous one is what we've gone ahead and done right now. Perfect. Excellent work, everybody. Good job. Really well done. Now make sure your pattern is looking like this. You want it to look perfect because now what's going to make it look 3D is going to be all of your coloring. All right. Okay, good. Everybody's good to go. So now we can go ahead and get started with the coloring. Now for the color, again, you can go ahead and pick whatever you like. I'm going to be going ahead and using a red. And for my shading part, I'm again going to be using red itself as a dark medium light. If you want to go ahead and take two complementary colors, for example, light green and dark green, and do, light green as your base and do dark green for your dark medium light, you can go ahead and do so. By all means, just work with whatever you can and do a good job. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take your base color and add it everywhere. We're just going to go ahead and color it all over. So as you can see, I'm taking my red and I'm slowly going ahead and coloring my boxes. I'm going ahead and making sure to do this really neatly. I want it to look really, really nice and not at all dirty or messy. Perfect. Good job. Really well done, everybody. Excellent work. Perfect. Perfect. Really well done. Excellent work. Good. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and finished up with the color all over. Excellent work. Good job. All right. Amazing, everybody. Perfect. Good work. All right. So as you can see, we've gone ahead and finished up with the base color. Now we're going to go ahead and do our shading. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do basically for my shading is for all of those that are basically, curved on the outside, I want to go ahead and do shading like this. So, dark, medium, light on either side. That's exactly what I want to go ahead and do. So you can see I've gone ahead and done dark, medium, light on one side to one side. Perfect. Good job. Now again, if you don't know how to do dark, medium, light, for the dark part of it, you have to just press your color down, automatically giving you a dark shade. And for your medium tone, you want to press a little lighter. And for your light tone, you don't want to press your color down at all. So as you can see, for my top and my bottom one, I've gone ahead and done side to side. But for the thin one, I've gone ahead and done top to bottom. Now this is the thing that I'm going to go ahead and continue all over to do my coloring. So you can see all of the ones that are side to side are the four corners as well as the center. And for the rest of them is going to be all top to bottom, shading. Perfect. Excellent work, everybody. Good job. Really well done. Perfect. Good work. Slowly go ahead and do this coloring. If you don't want to do the shading also, it's perfectly all right. But the 3D pattern in this will sort of show only if you go ahead and do your shading. It'll give a more life to it and it'll give you more of that look that we want to go ahead and get. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Really well done. Awesome job. All right. So I can see most of you have gone ahead and finished up with your coloring. If you haven't also, don't worry. I'm just going to wait for a couple of seconds, making sure all of you have understood what you have to go ahead and do. Now you can also go ahead and take a picture of this sheet in case you've not gone ahead and finished up with all of your coloring like how I have, so that you have a reference to go ahead and finish it up and then do your submission. Okay. All right. Excellent job, everybody. You've all done such an amazing job right now. I am so happy with the work you've gone ahead and done. Really well done. Now, like I always tell you, do your submissions on time. For this one, go ahead and finish up your coloring if you haven't. Click a picture and upload it. Now, coming to your certificate program, make sure you grab your certificate while you can. Make sure to go ahead and do attend all of your classes and do your submissions on time to get your certificate. Now, apart from that, I keep telling you about your submissions. I keep telling you how it is important to see improvement. So make sure you go ahead and submit all of your submissions so that I as a teacher can see your work. Now, if you haven't finished this work that you have gone ahead and done right now, go ahead and finish it up and upload it. I would love to see how you've done. We have another class left of this course, so make sure to attend that as well. Till then, see you, bye-bye, and have a look at the submission video. Bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions.